It's about that time that we get into our interview of the day, and today we're going all the way into Lagos, Nigeria. Joining me is the hot kid on the block with a hot song right about now, alongside Kranium. We got none other than DJ Spinall. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
IG, I'm good. I'm good. I love the
Uh,
COVID.
you know what I mean? It should actually be like this. Thanks for
Appreciate
taking
you.
time to join us right here in Kampala, Uganda. You're in Lagos right about now, right?
Yes, I just landed Lagos.
Cool. We got to start with a cap. We got to start with a cap and check out the cap. What are you putting on today?
Um, as- uh, this is from my old town village in my city.
Yeah.
From the place called Shagamo, and it's made with woven threads of different colors. So we have yellow, we have blue, and we have red, and we have black. You know, and you know me,
Yeah.
I like to rep for the culture. And
I
I
hear that.
always wear the cap with every other outfit. I wear different caps from different territories. I bought some
Yeah.
fabrics when I was in Uganda as well, and I have them some
Hey,
caps as well. So I always rep for Uganda and all the countries I've been to.
it is what it is. Thanks for joining us today, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Let's start it off with some introductions to the people right here in Uganda.
What up, Uganda? It's your boy DJ Spinall. You know I got love for you. You know, and I'm there, brother Denzel, and we on XFM. You already know the dial.
That's right. This will be playing on Urban TV as well. We're going to start with saying congratulations on the new tune alongside Kranium. Very nice, very smooth. I'll
Thank
tell you one thing, and this is the absolute truth. I was playing it in studio today. Somebody hadn't heard it. And literally, I think about 30 seconds into the song, he run to my PC and he's like, who is that? That sounds really good. And I was like, that's Spinner and Kranium. And he's like, it sounds really good.
thank you.
I don't know if this should be surprising to you. When two very talented people come together, is it that easy to make a good record, or is there a lot that happens in the background to actually make a good record?
To be honest, music is a very spiritual thing, and
Yeah,
you don't know what exactly is the perfect combination to make the best record. But for me, I've always wanted to make records with people that I'm comfortable with. I always make records with my friends because that way it's more of a collaboration than a favor. That
yeah,
way, it's more of real music and authenticness. Everybody brings in something to the table. And for me, I just always love to make music with people that I understand. Even if they are not my friends, I must understand, what they're about, what their style is about, what they like to talk about, like, you know, uh, a few background check on, who I'm making records with saves the day.
that's an interesting thing you mentioned about making music with friends. Would you make music with somebody you don't like? Like, say the label has said you got to make a record with artist X. You don't like that dude. You don't like her or whatever. But you gotta make a record with them. Would that be possible? Would you actually be able to pull it off?
I can make music with anybody. I don't have to be their best friend. I don't have to be their best friend. But the truth of the matter is, I just have to understand them. Do you understand? I have to understand the idea for the record. For instance, if we're
Yeah.
doing a record, let's say a project like Save the World,
Uh
or a
huh.
project has something to do with helping people in situations and eradication of poverty, helping real lifetime music. I can work with anybody, but if I'm working on a project that is very very personal to me, or I want to tell a story that is very very dear to me, I'd rather
Yeah.
have someone that I call family do it. Someone that I like love, and someone like Kranium is one of those people. Whiskey is another person that I dearly love. Who else? One Deco is another person I dearly love.
Yeah.
One other person I dearly love. Kojo Fons is somebody else I dearly love. Mr. Ease,
Quite a family.
amongst a few people. So I love making records with people that are that I deal that I really really love. So I would say for a fact, yeah, definitely.
We're gonna we're gonna come back to the record in just a short while. Let's dive back into the culture, the lifestyle right about now. Obviously, life is a lot different with the lockdown and so forth. What have you been up to during the the very trying period that we're going through, literally as a world?
I've spent most of my time just evaluating my sound and updating and upgrading the music quality. I've spent so much of my time on my production desk,
Yeah,
and making and churning out amazing productions and beats. I've spent some of my time, spending time with family as well. I've
yeah,
always been on the road all my life. I've always been on tour. If I'm not in Uganda, I'm somewhere in, Kenya. If I'm not there, I'm in London or the
yeah.
States or Nigeria. So this COVID, I'm spending most of my time with family and doing what I love.
A number of people found some hidden talent, would I say, during the lockdown period. Some
Yeah.
people learned they could actually cook. Others found out they were writers. Others found they could sing. Is there something you found out about yourself during this period? You're like, wow, I can actually fly or something.
During this period, I think it was more of revelation for me.
Yeah.
It was more of revelation in terms of I realized how blessed I am.
Uh huh.
It took me a while to see that. Sometimes you're constantly on the road, constantly working, and you don't look around to see how blessed you are. When I say blessed,
Yeah.
I'm talking about health. I'm talking about, you know, how much people around me really, really genuinely loves me. I'm
Yeah.
talking about how huge and big my records have always been. I'm one of the most streamed talents in Africa.
Yeah.
I'm one of the most also. I'm one of the. It's this whole lockdown made me realize it on a whole new level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sat down with my team and we were checking through where our song is being played and where my music is being streamed the most. And Uganda is one of the lists that is topping the chart of where my music is most played. So anytime, any day, Uganda, I love you and I respect everybody, all the media houses, people like Denzel, and all the rest of my real people over there, always showing me love. Because I was checking the statistics on Apple Music and the rest of the platforms, and Uganda is sitting there like comfortably. I'm like, yeah, that's my city. So
I tell you
this
what.
whole period,
Yeah.
like I I I consumed it because when you're not distracted with shows, you're not distracted with going here and there. So I kind of like really really sat down and appreciated that and grateful.
You mentioned all these different places, Uganda and so forth, listening to your music and showing you love. When you get into a studio, does that kind of like weigh down on you that you're making music for a guy in Kampala, Uganda, you're making music for a guy in Ojaleva, you're making a guy music for a
Yeah,
guy in downtown LA? Does that mess with you? Like,
that,
how do I
that's
speak
a
to
lot.
all these brothers? How do I speak to all these people?
It's true. It's true. That's a very important question. That's a powerful question. We've always struggled with carrying everybody along.
Yeah.
Last year we did at Glastonbury Festival, and we got some fans from the West, which is like white people fans, and they've been listening to it. And but what I've always done is to ask myself every time I make a record, I'm like, is this authentic? And I say yes, it's authentic. Then we just put it out. Every record I make, I ask myself that question: is this the genuine you? Is this your original self, or are you trying to do it for somebody? Are you doing it authentically?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is always yes. I never make music that I've done just for the sake of numbers. I've never made
Uh-huh.
music just for the sake of, oh, we're putting on somebody. No, I've done
Yeah.
music just because it's beautiful music,
Yeah.
and That is my watchword every time I do music. Of course, I know that people in Uganda, they love dancehall music, and that's one of the reasons. Yeah, I study my fans everywhere. My
Uh-huh.
fans, they love dancehall music. And that's one of the reasons and one of the ideas behind us making this record.
Yeah.
And tell you that Uganda influenced this record like 70% of this record I made. I'm telling
No
you
way, man.
this for a fact. I met Kranium for the first time officially in Uganda at my concert
Yeah.
2 years. It was from Uganda that we became friends, and it
Ah.
was from Uganda that we picked up the conversation of working on music. And 2 years later, we have this record. So when we're making this record, I was telling him, I'm like, look, I wanna carry my Ugandan fans along. So we're
Yeah.
gonna do a little bit of your style, but we're gonna do African beats with it. And
Yeah.
that's why the beat is so African, it's so Nigerian, so Ugandan, so Ghanaian, so African. And if you hear the style, it's so Afro dancehall. So I don't joke with my fans. I don't joke with the people that support me. I carry them along in the music as
Speaking about meeting Cranium here in Uganda, any other memories you have of the country when you came through?
well. Oh my God, too much
Apart from
memory.
the women, who I know obviously must have made an impression.
Of course, they did. The women are beautiful and so nice. They were very humble and very very supportive. But also I met some amazing talent like Kaha, King Sa, who
Yeah,
I'm
King Sarah.
um also I met so many people. I met this lady, God, the name just skipped my head right now. Damn, we talk every time. But anyways, I met her and myself and I were sending music back and forth.
Yeah,
Um, Look, I met so many people, from people at the company, people at the MTN, to different staffs.
individual
So
levels. Yeah.
yes, yes. So I've met so many people over there. But that is also the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm looking forward to coming back there as soon as COVID is lifted.
We're gonna hope you come back this time with some stylish masks, huh? Not
I
only your
will.
hat
I
style.
will. I will come.
um, you mentioned meeting so many people in Uganda. You travel around the world. You meet a lot of people. I can imagine your phone is going crazy. Uh, how do you sit down and you say, "All right, I'm going to do a record with A. I'm going to do a record with B. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do a record with you." What what's that process?
I just think it's time and chance. In my opinion, I think like you just have to know that in as much as you want to work with everybody, you
Uh-huh.
can't work with everybody.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You know, you can't please everybody. No matter how
Yeah.
much you try, you fail.
Yeah.
So I will say that time and chance happens to the music that we put out. Everybody is worthy of me making music with them. In fact, I'll be privileged to make music with these people, but the problem is time and
Uh-huh.
chance.
Yeah.
So when there's time, sometimes there's no chance. There's no
Yeah.
chance in the you are somewhere else and the person is somewhere else, so you can connect. And sometimes when there's time, maybe I'm ready to make the record. The other person is not ready because maybe they're on tour or they're doing
Yeah.
something else with their personal
Yeah.
life. So until we have the perfect time and the perfect chance, and we make amazing music. You can't force music. Music can be
Yeah.
forced. It has to be right for the both parties.
One of the conversations right here on the local scene is about probably something that is happening in Nigeria as well, and I think across the world, which is a lot of the consumption of music in general has moved online, and people are not buying too many physical copies of CDs and stuff. Is that, I presume, that's also the situation in Nigeria? Um, how is it affecting you as a musician and as the industry?
I think that's the future of music, if you ask me. The world has changed, and
Yeah,
from time, even before COVID, Nigeria always, stream music on. Um, they love whether they get it online for free or whether they pay for it. They've moved on. since the era of smartphones, you know. So I will say that the future of music is online. There's so many advantages to online streaming, which is the data. You have enough data to work with. You see where you should be at for your next store. You know, it gives you so many data, and I think that's the future of music.
Is there still a big community of people in Nigeria that you know just don't have smartphones, don't have data, but still want to
Of course,
consume music?
of
And
course.
how do they get the new jam by Kranium and Spinall?
I think that a lot of people in this part of the world where I live who do not have access to smartphones, they all have radios,
Yeah,
and that advantage of the radio and the TV, it keeps them up to date. They know what's happening in their city. They know what is new. They know what is hot. You know, so
yeah,
first place they usually go is the radio and the TV. And the first set of interviews I grant ever in the whole wide world, my team knows me, is the radio and TV. We just released the record, and look at me. I'm excited to be on X with you and Uganda. You know, so
yeah.
this is how much we get to reach the fans. We don't just sit online and not reach fans across other platforms. So I would say that those that don't have smartphones, a lot of them have radio, and hopefully they get to listen to the favorite records and my records on the radio.
All right, cool. As we wrap it up right here, one more time, we're going to ask you to give a shout out to the people in Uganda and go ahead and also introduce the song. It's our fresh new song of the day, of the week, doing very well on the charts around here. Handing it over
Thank
to you, DJ Spinall.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, they call me DJ Spinner, Uganda. You know I love you. Here is my brand new song. I met Kranium in Uganda, and I'm back to serve Uganda this brand new exclusive. DJ Spinall featuring Kranium is called Every Time. Out here now on XFM exclusively. You already know. Enjoy.
Right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Stay safe
Anytime.
and keep
All
rocking
right,
them
cool.
hats, man. We need to figure out a way to get them from Lagos to Kampala.
I know, I know, I know.
All
Thank you, man.
right, stay safe,
All
my
right, cool.
brother.
Bye.
Thanks for your time.
All right, cool. Bye. All right, cool.